Everyone will have a favourite character when it comes to Ben 10 and a number of alien designs it features. I'm here to explain why, in some ways, Cannonbolt has wasted potential. One of the first aliens to make an appearance outside of the original 10 was Cannonbolt, who made his debut in The Big Tick. We started to see more aliens in the series at this point, and Cannonbolt was the one to throw open the door to new possibilities. Ben learns later that Cannonbolt is a powerhouse who can roll into a ball, deflect energy blasts, and is generally one of the best heroes in his arsenal, despite being introduced as a clumsy alien who struggles to walk. Even though I like Cannonbolt for his abilities, the reason as to which brought him to the Omnitrix caught my attention and is in my opinion the main reason I made this video. The Big Tick, or the Chosen One by his followers, was the alien after whom this episode was named. Ben's transformation reveals that the name of Cannonbolt's species is 𝕰𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤. In addition, Cannonbolt's appearance may be related to the Tick's arrival, given that Cannonbolt's homeworld was just destroyed by the Tick. Even though I didn't anticipate Ben to bring back the entire planet at this point, I was hoping that they would at least let us see another one of Cannonbolt's species in a later episode of the show. A pop-up reveals that the primitive relatives reside on the same homeworld as Wildmutt, Vulpin. This is why I would have liked to have visited Vulpin in Alien Force or Ultimate Alien, as it would have accomplished three things. First, see one of the classic aliens' home planet, then another potential hero to obtain, and finally bring back Cannonbolt's species like I did with the hybrids. But even if I am not the only one who would have liked to have seen more of Cannonbolt's world, I disagree with the people's opinions that his homeworld ought to have been brought back. Personally, I believe they ought to have travelled to Vulpin and brought back the species there rather than Diamond Head route. It was quite unfortunate that we never got to see the species on the planet even if they were unable to bring them back. It was believed by a few show employees that only a small number of them had remained, which would have been interesting to have seen what the last of the survivors thought of Ben. Now I will admit that the victories over Kevin, the Yanadushi, Charmcaster and even Philgaps are perhaps among Cannonbolt's best moments. Oh, and Cannonbolt's defeat of both Azimuth and Big Tick are probably the best finishes in the series. He has achieved some significant victories, therefore many who hear that say it makes sense to stop exploring him further because of how much fan service he receives. I could not disagree more. Cannonbolt has gotten some excellent treatment throughout the series, such as the ultimate transformation, about which I won't even go into how much of a waste of potential that was, his appearance in the video games, merchandise and more, often than not being next to the most popular heroes, Forearms and Heat Blast. So with all the pushing of the character, why could we not have gotten more? Speaking of more, if you want more Ben 10 videos or me, why not subscribe and like the video? Even one helps make this even worth it. While I won't make any assumptions as to why we didn't see any, I do believe it is important to consider what a lot of us would like to see and bench reaction to seeing one. I envision the possibility of seeing some of the survivors either on Earth or Vulpin. I would most likely anticipate them looking for Ben if it was Earth. If such were the case, Ben would probably try to assist any survivors who might still be around, while also trying to find them a place to live on Earth or in another planet. If we had encountered them on Vulpin, it's likely that we'll see how close they are to extinction. Maybe they're hiding away from the other species on the planet. We're aware how tough Cannonbolt's species is, but Ben uses him differently than the rest of them. Now depending on how primitive the other species is, a turf war is what we'd most likely witness. Now it'd be a conflict situation like the Merc and Perks, or perhaps a full turf war between them. I'd like to see both when it comes to where Ben would find them. But first let's speak about the second possibility. In that scenario, Ben would probably work to resolve the conflict. The more primitive will be referred to as B, and Cannonbolt's species as A. Ben would therefore begin to attempt by diffuse type A situations. After Ben would change into Cannonbolt and they would hear him explain that he's there to assist them, they would be willing to assist Ben in any way they could. Then Ben would scan Type B, receiving a new hero before attempting to resolve the issue between them. I believe that is it for now. If you want to see more videos like this, or even a continuation of this subject, please let me know. And if you do, why not wait until the end for another video from me. This has been FearfulMilk, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care everyone.